Uber drivers are not freight haulers. What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim with another ride sharing video. I cannot stress that enough because of some experiences that I have had, and I'm assuming a lot of veteran drivers have had as well. Whereas you show up to pick up a passenger, and as opposed to moving people, they are trying to essentially use your vehicle to move freight. Just went to Best Buy to pick up a passenger, and I'll be damned if they wanted to strap a big screen TV on top of my vehicle. What kind of shit is that? Left them right at the curb. Have you ever had a passenger try to use your vehicle as a freight hauler? In addition to something as wild as trying to ask you to put a big screen television in your vehicle, what about simply using your vehicle in terms of moving from one place to another? So you show up and all of a sudden there are tons of boxes in front of a home or maybe on the lawn that they expect you to load in your vehicle. That shit is not for Uber or Lyft vehicles. You would assume that you would not have to tell this stuff to grown-ass adults, but it is amazing at what these ride-sharing companies have allowed passengers to think they can use us for. Essentially treating us like we're some type of peasants or servants. Damn it, you're not going to put a bunch of glass dishes or, all types of boxes in my vehicle. Now, clearly there are liability issues, such as if you have a television strapped to the top of your car and it somehow slides off, guess who the passenger is going to blame for their broken television? So understand, when passengers are asking you to go above and beyond the call of duty, oftentimes there are liability issues. How many of you folks that work nights, work the club crowd, particularly on the weekend, have showed up to pick up a passenger and they tried to put in your vehicle more humans than you have the equipment to handle? You should have a seat belt and a damn seat, for that matter, for every person that gets in your vehicle. I've had passengers ask if they could lay across the lap of other passengers. Who raised these people? Where the hell do they get this stuff from? If you've been driving in Uber or Lyft for any length of time, I'm assuming you've received trips like this as well. You really just hate to leave and drive off on people, mainly because being confrontational, you've seen videos on this channel in particular where passengers, not liking to hear the word no, have got aggressive and or violent with drivers. This happens all the time. When we tell a passenger no, they don't follow the mantra of no means no. It's not uncommon to tell a passenger no and they want to start some shit with the driver. So we definitely need more assistance and more help from Uber and Lyft in this department. Letting passengers know there's just some shit you should not be using for Uber or Lyft. A limitation on how many boxes you can have, for instance. I'm not a big fan of passengers calling you to Walmart or some grocery store where they got multiple shopping carts full of shit that they want to put in your vehicle. I'm not a fan of that either. I have driven off on a couple customers. Anytime I pull up to a Walmart, and I can tell you this from now on, a Best Buy, I'm going to be looking at what is standing out in front, because I would rather drive 3 or 4 miles across town and lose the fuel I spent to get there than deal with the shit I just described to you. I would rather just drive off, as opposed to having that confrontation or rejection to the passenger. Have you ever tried to reject a passenger and had them get aggressive with you? Now, keep in mind, we are independent contractors. We have the actual right to say no to any damn thing that's asked of us. And apparently neither the passengers nor Uber or Lyft seem to realize that shit. If you do not do what the passengers want, they get pissed off. And if you do not do what Uber or Lyft is suggesting, they often threaten us too. Where is the independent contractor part of this? Which is why you're starting to see Uber and Lyft facing all sorts of laws and legislation in many jurisdictions for misclassifying the drivers. They're not an independent contractor if you're constantly threatening them to not, threatening them if they don't do something you want. You're treating them more like employees. But that's a whole different argument. But as I stated before, we are not haulers of freight. We are not moving vans, and we damn sure are not school buses. Do not try to put 9 passengers in a 5-passenger vehicle, that type of stuff. Or put your child in our vehicle with no car seats. Or just simply ride alongside us, refusing to put on your seatbelt. All of these things are violations of just about every municipality's laws across the United States. And if for some reason we get pulled over and you don't have a seatbelt on, or there's too many of you in the damn vehicle, or we got a big ass television strapped to the top, us drivers are the ones that's going to get the damn ticket. So understand, when we say no, it's a liability issue. In addition to the fact that some of us don't want to do that shit to begin with. But what about you guys in the comments? Just want to hear some of the crazy ass stories that I am undoubtedly likely to receive. You new drivers, feel free to read this shit and crack up laughing. Have you had passengers try to put things in your car that you're just like, I cannot believe somebody brought this out here? Folded up mattresses, seats, big ass boxes where you got to damn near use a bungee cord to keep the trunk closed. Have you had passengers ask you to use your vehicle in that manner? A lot of women running from domestic violence situations, or you go to the hood where somebody's just been evicted out of their apartment and they're trying to get their shit to their mom's house real quick. All of that are instances where they may use us as a moving van. And of course, as I stated, trying to put too many passengers in your vehicle. A lot of the times, the passengers will try to sneak the folks in here. So when you're sitting in the driver's seat, focusing out the window while your doors are open, it would behoove you to turn around and count how many folks are in your vehicle, because they have no problem squeezing too many of them in there. Let me know your stories in the comments. As always, subscribe to the damn channel, and I'll see you in the next video.
For the love of money.